Good Monday evening, everyone. Hopefully, everyone had a good weekend out there. Frost and freeze warnings are in effect for parts of the area for tonight into tomorrow night as well. And then we're going to get a brief little warm up ahead of this bigger cold front that's coming later this week for most of the area. Plus, out ahead of that, more severe weather possibilities, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So if you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like this post. And then if you haven't subscribed, it is free. Subscribe to YouTube, hit that all notifications, and you'll be notified every time we go live on YouTube. Okay, every time we go live and post content on YouTube, you will be notified. Okay. Also, if you want to support the work we do for you all, if you're on YouTube, you want to do that on YouTube, there's a join button on our homepage there. Click the join button. There's several levels of ways you can support us on there. Also, on Facebook, there's a supporter hub on there. Also, a supporter discussion page we have on Facebook. So we go over a lot more in detail on any cold snaps are coming. The supporters have known that this cold snap was going to happen for the last month or so. So they knew what to expect and what to stay ahead of. All right. So we have all kinds of long range weather posts at least twice a week, going over what could happen the next 14, 28 days and beyond. We go over winter weather chatter as well. Content we normally wouldn't post on our public page. First dibs on seasonal content. We have giveaways and a ton more. Okay, so like I said, if you want to support the work we do, especially over on either YouTube or Facebook, Facebook it's $4.99 a month, and you have access to Supporter Hub and the supporter features over there, and give you all that perks. $4.99 a month. It's cheaper than your daily Starbucks. All right, let's get right into it. We'll go into the current weather. All right, here is lows possible as you wake up tomorrow morning. Look at this. All in Missouri, basically low to mid 20s. Mid 20s around northern Arkansas, freezing all the way down through Little Rock and parts of south central Arkansas as well. Like I said, these are just the average temperatures between all the models, so you need to give or take a few degrees either way in some of these areas. 35 to 37 degrees around Monroe, 34 to 35 around South Arkansas, freezing or below across central to northern parts of Mississippi, central and northern parts of Alabama, all the way through central Georgia, through probably northwestern 2/3 of South Carolina, and most of North Carolina and Virginia. Basically north of that line, you're basically all under freeze warnings, and you're going to get way below freezing tonight. Like I said the other day, this is just a precursor of what's coming. We're going to warm back up here in a few days ahead of this even a stronger cold push that's going to come later this week. Now, here is tomorrow night. This is where Wednesday morning as you wake up, here's some of the lows. You got upper 20s. If you get 28 or below, that's a hard freeze. So you're going to get 20 or 30 or below across most of the northern third of Alabama. Upper 20s up here around 30 all the way through most of northwest or northeastern parts of Mississippi. You're getting really close to getting some frost around Monroe, northeastern parts of Louisiana as well. You got 32 to 34 degrees, getting really close down here towards the Florida Panhandle. Same here through about the northern 2/3 of Georgia. All of South Carolina except for the far coastal regions. Same with North Carolina, well below freezing. So anything that's came out, trees, bushes, flowers, all that stuff, you guys plant a garden, which I've been trying to tell you all not to do. Here we are. So getting way below freezing. night after night here. Like I said, we're going to get a brief warm up here as we get towards mid to late week across the southeast. But then there's going to be severe weather opportunities coming, especially for basically Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, parts of Louisiana again, ahead of a stronger push of cold air. Like I said, this is just a precursor of what is to come across the area. Now we got freeze warnings. Most of Arkansas here, most of the northwestern 2/3 of Mississippi, northern 2/3 of Alabama, northern half of Georgia, most of North Carolina and South Carolina is under freeze watches or warnings for tonight and tomorrow. All of Tennessee is under freeze warnings as well. So, like I said, the southeast is really going to get nailed with with freezing temperatures, damaging, killing frost and freezes are going to continue tonight, tomorrow night, and then we're going to warm back up just a little bit, and then bam, as we head towards the end of the week, we're going to get an even bigger shot of cold air coming through the area. Now, California, they're still getting hit. They're going to have another massive storm out there. I just was reading on Twitter about the University of California. They have a lab about 8,000 feet up in the Sierra. They've had over 600 plus inches of snow so far this winter, and it's the third snowiest winter on record at their lab up in the Sierra. Like I said, it sits at about, I believe, 7 or 8,000 feet, but 600 plus inches of snow already up in the Sierras. That's just one spot, of course, and they've had a lot of snow melt below about 4,000 or 5,000 feet with very heavy rain. So I'm sure you've seen some pictures of the pretty much devastating flooding they've had out there in California. I could probably basically say the drought is over in California. What a remarkable 3 months it's been out there on the West Coast, basically. So then in the Northeast, finally get some snow up here in the Northeast. Now, this low, there's going to be basically two lows kind of develop and kind of dancing around each other. So this forecast up here has been a mess. And I hate to say this, but I think the big cities are going to get hardly nothing out of this. Maybe Boston a couple inches, maybe 3, 4. The only hope is one of these lows comes back south and wraps back around, and that's the only hope for New York City at the moment. But inland, especially as you get in elevation, they're going to get absolutely massacred with 1 to 2 feet of snow up that way. All right. All right, here we go for severe weather across eastern Oklahoma, most of eastern Texas, into northwestern parts of Louisiana, far western, southwestern parts of Arkansas. Like I said, there is potential for severe weather in parts of the Southern Plains into this area for Thursday. This is the 16th of March. Damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are all possible. So stay weather aware and check back as there's going to be further updates as we go forward. Like I said, the way we are in the south, it's going to, once we get this cold out of the way, southwest south flow redevelops out of ahead of this very strong cold front that's coming down, even stronger cold front than what we dealt with this past few days. And moisture, warmth is going to return temporarily before this bigger cold push comes into the area. Like I said, all modes of severe weather are possible on Thursday. Tornadoes, high winds, and large hail is all possible from Tulsa all the way through Dallas down to College Station, Texas, Shreveport, Texarkana, Mena. We're getting real close to Fort Smith, Arkansas as well, and Oklahoma City. So stay weather aware on this. Like I said, we'll have more updates as we go throughout the week. All right, so basically here's tomorrow. Tomorrow highs 15 to 20 below average across the southeast. The greens is The right, yeah. Actually, the greens is 10 to 15. And then as you get into the purples and blues here, that's 15 to 20 to 21, 22 degrees below average across the southeast. And then as we go throughout the week, you see this warm up coming. Like I said, this is going to be a brief warm up Wednesday into Thursday across the central plains here as this cold air tries to get out of here across the southeast. But here comes the next shot of cold air, and this may make it into Texas this weekend with, like I said, 20 below average possible across the area. And then it's just a reinforcing shot across most of the southeast of 20 to 25 below normal. All this Barney colors basically is 30 below normal at least across far south Texas. So you're going to go from one extreme to another. And then the last, I think Corpus Christi hit 90 a couple days ago. Now we're going to go into, might have some frost and freeze potential come through Texas now. And then more frost and freeze potential across the south into the southeast, which I've been talking about for a good bit across the area. Then that's going to start shrinking up as we head into next week, but still below average. And but we're going to get another storm coming through with another slight warm up. I will have another big long range update in this supporter hub on Facebook and YouTube, in the members only YouTube, and then supporter hub on Facebook, going over all the long range, and it's still looking cool all the way through possibly late March into April. So we're going to take a look at that in the supporter hub tomorrow evening. So if you, like I said, if you haven't joined, join today. It's $4.99 a month on Facebook. And if you want to join on YouTube as well, there's a join button. There's several different levels how you can support the work we do for you all. So, like I said, brief warm day ahead for Wednesday, 60s, 70s, maybe approaching 80 down here in southwest Texas. But this is going to be, like I said, it's going to be very short-lived as we go in through Thursday and Friday. 60s and 70s up here in Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, into northern Texas on Wednesday, and then when we go into Thursday, falling temperatures most of the day. This is 4 p.m. Look at this, 40s, 30s up here in Oklahoma, below freezing up here in Kansas, single digits to teens up here in the. All can see where this front is. Like I said, Texas may get a 2-day reprieve here of a little bit warmer weather before this front's going to cause like severe weather as we go to Thursday afternoon and Thursday night across that area I showed you of Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana. You can see where that front is, and just rapidly crashing temperatures on Friday night or Thursday night into Friday morning. And this by 7 a.m. on Friday morning, this front has made it all the way to the coast. We got 30s, mid 30s across central Texas, below freezing up here in the Panhandle of Texas, below freezing for most of Oklahoma, 20s, low 20s for Missouri, teens up here for Kansas. And this front is going to continue to push east. I will go over the east here in just a second. Now, as we go into Friday night, there's a potential, like I said, freezing conditions possible. Northeastern parts of Texas, all the way through possible frosty and possibly some freeze potential, all the way through central Texas, western Texas, up here in the Panhandle. It's below 28 degrees, 26 to 30 degrees for a low, possibly for early Saturday morning. Basically freezing north of this line all the way up from Atlanta to Dallas, down to right around maybe Austin, Texas, over towards Abilene. North of there, you're going to be below freezing basically. 34 Monroe, 35 possibly in Shreveport. So there's frost potential there. Like I said, there's room to come down or go up just a little bit on some of these temperatures. So you could easily go below freezing here in Louisiana as well. All right, these are not low temperatures, folks. This is possible highs on Sunday. Sorry, this is Saturday highs. So low 50s for most of central Texas down through Louisiana. These, like I said, these are high temperatures. And then we're going to have lots of clouds and some upslopiness that's going on down here. So low 40s down here in South Texas, possibly for highs. Just depends if the clouds stick around or not. If you get a little bit of sunshine, you may pop into the 50s. But still, that is humongous. That is humongous below average. That's why I said 30 to 35 below average, easy across South Texas. And like I said, if the clouds stick around, it could be cooler than this. But if the sun comes out, it's going to get in the 50s. Okay? But still, very cold. 30s, even below freezing, basically north of I-44 in Missouri here. 20s for highs in Illinois. Low 20s to teens in parts of Iowa, up here towards the Dakotas. Like I said, I'll go over the east here in just a second. 40, right around 40 degrees for a high in Nashville. Mid 30s around Kentucky. But trying to warn y'all, it's coming. I've been fighting with y'all for about a month that winter was over. I'm going to plant my garden and everything else. Well, you're about to get burnt on this cold weather coming in. So please take precautions. So let's go into Saturday night, and this is Sunday morning. Sunday morning, all right? So freezing or below, northeastern parts of Texas, most of southwest Texas as well. Mid 40s to right around 40 across southeastern parts of Texas. Look at this, Monroe, 30. You're below freezing. Right around freezing around Shreveport. 34, 35 through central Mississippi. Freezing, below freezing, basically through all of Mississippi and Alabama, except for the far, far south towards the Gulf Coast. You get inland, it's below 30 degrees. We got 28, mid 20s possible up towards northern parts of Mississippi, towards Memphis. Mid to low 20s across Tennessee. Same with Kentucky. Right around Atlanta, probably 30. But you get on the outs, you get in the suburbs, it's going to be in the mid 20s in Atlanta, around the Atlanta area, with central, the freezing line getting into southern parts of Georgia as well. And even the panhandle of Florida, you're getting 35 to 37 degrees, which is way, way below normal for this time of year. And this is below zero up here in the plains. So, like I said, this is going to be a big shot of cold air coming in. Here's your highs for Sunday, right around mid 40s for Dallas. You get southwest. You could get towards the southwest Texas here. Maybe mid 30s possible, the 40s. Right around Houston, low 50s for highs, 40s for highs for Louisiana possibly. Like I said, we're still a few days away, so this is going to be refined a little bit. But there's a big potential for this weekend to be very cold across all of the forecast area, with, like I said, potential of 15 to 30 below average for daily highs across the area. And then here's Monday morning lows, the same thing. It's warming up just a tiny, tiny bit in Texas, but 20s are widespread, basically northern Arkansas through all of Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, northern Alabama, Mississippi, into northern Georgia as well. So lots and lots of cold. This front is going to mean business, and like I said, there's going to be severe weather out ahead of it, and then the major cold shot is going to slap us in the face as we get into this next weekend. Let's get into the east. So here's temperatures in the east. This is Friday. You see where that front is. You have dropping temperatures most of the day on Friday into Friday night. And then as you get into, here's some lows on Saturday morning. Like like I said, around Atlanta, you're going to be below freezing. You get in the suburbs, you're going to be way below freezing, below 28 at least. And then, like I said, for y'all, whoever is going to Florida for spring break, good luck because it's going to be chilly even down there as we go into Saturday afternoon. Clouds, yucky conditions. Look at this. Northern parts of Florida will see low 50s for highs, maybe in the upper 40s even across southeastern Georgia, like Savannah, Georgia, down here towards Jacksonville, around 50 degrees. No one's going to the beach, I'm telling you. But you get south of this front, you get down to South Florida, it's going to be in the 80s. But the front's going to get all the way down through there as well. So here's the lows. Here is, let me see. Man, stop. Hold on. Let's get back here. This thing. All right. Now that thing stopped wigging out on me. All right. So we got, look at this. This is lows. Low 40s around Jacksonville, 30s in the panhandle. You get towards like Mobile, Alabama, over towards like Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, towards Panama City. We're talking probably in the 30s for lows. When you wake up Sunday morning, you ain't going to the beach. I'm telling you, spring break's gonna be ruined down here along the Gulf Coast. And then as we get into the day on Sunday, these are high temperatures in Florida, which is very cold to them. So around the Tampa area, upper 50s for highs, 60s all the way down through central and southern Florida, maybe 70 around Miami. It'll be warm for us if we go down there, but you'll see the Floridians down there with big heavy coats, I'm sure, with this air coming in. And then as we go into the night on Monday morning, big time cold all the way to the Gulf Coast, below freezing. Most of Mississippi, northern Alabama, Georgia, back through the Carolinas again, and parts of Virginia. And like I said, the cold will just keep coming, it seems like. And I'll have more on this in the supporter hub tomorrow evening. All right. So let's take a look at rainfall this next week. Rainfall totals this week, like I said, the California continues to get hammered. A lot of this up here is going to be in the form of snow in the mountains. So another probably 10 to 15 feet of snow possibility over the next 7 days across the Sierra. And then across the south, another 1 to 2 inches of rain. It has been, there's been a lot of rain across the south. For example, Little Rock, I think they've had 22 inches of rain over the first 3 months of the year so far. And that's like I said, that's just the first 3 months. You get 22 inches of rain already. And we're not, like I said, we're not even done with the first 3 months. We're only 2.5 months in. So we already got 22 inches of rain in Little Rock. That's just remarkable. So, and it's been like that a lot of areas across the south. The ground is absolutely saturated. So any rain that does come, you're going to have some flooding opportunities across the southeast. Florida looks very unsettled over the next 7 days. Like I said, with a couple fronts coming through as well, possibly stalling across the area. And then a lot of this up here, rain along the coast in the northeast, and then snow inland of 1 to 2 feet, especially as you get up in elevation across the northeast. Okay. All right. So there's basically the next 7 days. Severe weather Thursday. Big story is going to be on Thursday. Tornadoes, severe weather on Thursday. Tornadoes, high winds, hail, all possible. I'll have more updates as we go forward. So stay tuned on that. And that is ahead of this monster cold front that's coming down with 15 to 30 plus degrees below average by the weekend, even into deep South Texas.